Hello, minasan, Hikima Marikotes, and welcome to The Void. There's nothing in here. Welcome to the. I don't know if I should call it special. I didn't prepare anything for this stream, but it's the New Year's stream for 2025 into 2026. Yeah, I didn't prepare anything. I don't think this is gonna last more than an hour, but I felt the need to do one stream. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna here on the void. It's the last day. I'm also gonna be using my Christmas hat. So hello guys, how are you doing? Hello Universet, thank you for coming to the stream. Hello else, thank you for coming to the stream. How are you guys doing today? Being jolly for 7 days straight, it's a bit yeah, but you only do it once a year, right? You only do it once a year. It's not that bad. You're gonna have to wait almost an entire year to be jolly again. So yeah, I was thinking like, what can I do to to make something on this stream? And then I watched last year's stream and the year before that and the year before that and the year before that, and every year, at least for the last 4 years, I've been going into the next year full of hope and ambitions and bravado. I don't know, like a lot of things, that a lot of positive things, right? And it has been getting worse nonstop. So I decided, for my own sake and probably everyone else's, I'm gonna go into this year with caution and a gun and a sword, and I'm not gonna take my chances. I'm not gonna do. I want to do something next year. I'm not gonna set goals or anything, because truth be told, if you go back and look at my goals from the previous year and the previous year and the previous year, I never do anything. I never accomplish anything despite my efforts. So no more goals for me. I'm done with that. Whatever I accomplish, it's a victory already, right? I'm not like, I'm gonna start from zero. Whatever I accomplish, it's okay with me. I really, if I don't accomplish anything, at least I didn't fail. Look, I'm gonna be honest, and this might be a little bit depressing, so I'm gonna escape the void a little bit. I was just kidding about the void. Let's just put the chat in there and some Grand Blue Fantasy in here, so it's less depressing. let's fix the chat a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm not on the void anymore. How about a little bit of music to not be in the void? Yeah, that's gonna do it, right? A little more holy jolly, less void depressing thing. Uh, Honestly real, but also I kind of like the drive to fulfill things on a list. Yeah, but it's very depressing to check the list and see that despite your best efforts, because one thing, it's not accomplishing something when you didn't even try, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna be a game developer and I didn't do a single game, and it's like, oh, whatever, right? But if you wanna do something and you put a lot of hours and like effort into it, and at the end of the year you didn't accomplish it, it feels pretty bad, and I'm done with that. You guys can do your list. I'm not saying you shouldn't be doing it. I'm just saying I'm not gonna do it. Hey, the Christmas room, it's the New Year's room. You don't make a specific New Year's room, right? I think only like Japanese and Chinese people make a New Year's a completely different celebration, but like at least in here, the New Year's, it's like an extension of Christmas, so should be okay. I was depressed for the past 5 years. I need to be cheerful again. You choose a bad year to decide to not be, but yeah, you try. You should try to be happy. The thing is, and I want to be very real with you guys, with the only 2 people, 3 people that watch me, 4 people that are gonna watch this stream. Uh, like in a very real sense, we are living in a terrible time, and I don't think it's gonna get better next year. I think if anything, this year was the beginning of something, and next year it's gonna be like the development of it. So at the very least, we're gonna have to wait for 2027, for the end of 2027, for it to actually start getting better. Worst case scenario, right? Hopefully it's not worst case scenario, but it has been worst case scenario since the last 6 years now. It's like watching the download bar. You need to act like you don't care to proceed. Fair enough. Also, I am too fat not to set some goals. Yeah, goal: eat less and exercise more. It's simple enough, right? I think that's one of the goals. Actually, I'm actually gaining a little bit of fat too, so we should Everyone should exercise next year. How about that? But yeah, I really don't know what to do in here. I'm just gonna play some Granblue Fantasy. You guys don't mind me. I mean, at least one good thing happened. We got Suzuhara Lulu back. I'm waiting for it to somehow become a Monkey Paw wish, and like she starts collabing with people I hate or something like that. I don't know. I know it's gonna be ruined somehow, but I'm gonna be enjoying it while I can. Maybe, but if I sit on my ass and pout for an entire year, I'm not doing any good either. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not gonna do anything. I'm saying I'm not gonna set goals because I'm afraid of what's gonna happen if I set goals. I'm still gonna give it my all, but I'm not gonna put goals in place so I don't disappoint myself. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm not saying I'm not gonna try anything. Obviously, I'm gonna do it. I have to, right, at this point. I'm just saying I'm gonna go without goals this year. Ideally, right? I do have some goals in my mind, but they're mostly last year's goals. Like, 1,000 subscribers. Play more indie games. Exercise more. Try to recover my finger. Things like that, right? Obviously, I have things I want to do, things I want to get, games I want to play. Like, hopefully they put more free games on the PlayStation so I can play them. Maybe I wish I could get a couple more viewers and stuff like that. Obviously, I want to do things and I want to succeed, but I'm kind of not very positive about the state of the world next year, But yeah. I don't want to make this a depressing stream, and I'm not depressed. I just want to make it clear, I'm not depressed. I'm being cautious. I'm just done with depression. Does anyone ever exercise after they say they will? I'm pretty sure they do for like a week. I don't know if you know, but like it's very good business for gyms to like make discounted memberships on January, because on January everyone is going to the gym. So it's like, hey, you can pay me $100 for $200, $500. I don't know how much gyms cost. I have never gone to one, but I know they are expensive, right? So let's say $500, and then you pay the $500 for a year, and you only go like the first 2 weeks in January, and then they just keep your money and profit. I'm gonna open a gym. That's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, what are you guys doing for New Year's, huh? I'm just gonna stay at home and I'm gonna eat hamburgers that I'm gonna make myself. I got the ingredients a couple of days ago, and I'm ready to. I'm gonna spend just my time with my wife and my one duck, because I don't have 2 ducks now. That's depressing. It's gonna be the first New Year in a while. I had my short gym arc, but otherwise I continue to dance on the edge of underweightness. Oh, but you're on the other side. I think people usually go to the gym because they want to not be fat, not necessarily because they want to be like muscle daddies, right? I don't know. I'm gonna stuff my face with holiday food. That's the way to do it. Oh, this is a perfect moment to tell you guys. I'm gonna be taking off a couple of days when the year begins. Have plenty of things to do. I mentioned this, but I wanna like make a clean install of my system of my PC. I'm actually gonna like format my PC, format my phone. I'm gonna make a clean slate. I'm also gonna be deleting a bunch of like accounts and stuff I don't use, because I don't know if you guys notice, and I want you to take a look at your own subscriptions and like accounts or like services you use. But this year, a bunch of services have become worse than ever. And sometimes you don't even notice because it's things you're already using and you like accept the terms and update and everything. But just like the other day, I was updating my, how the fuck is it called? Let me check my phone. My LG ThinQ app for my LG TV and my LG washing machine, right? And I've been using it for like 3 years, I think. And I mostly use it because that lets me know when the washing machine is like done. They play a little bit of a music. And I don't have to go downstairs until it's done. And when I got this TV that I got for free, I was surprised that it was also LG, so I decided to use the same app. And you can use your phone as a control, right? And yesterday, I think, or like 2 days ago, I received an update for the app, and it was like, hey, you have to set these new terms, and you have to give us your location while you're using the app. And I was like, why the fuck do I have to give you my location when I'm using an app that it's connected to my Wi-Fi so I can use these electrodomestics that I bought myself, right? Why do you need my location? And I said, like, no, I'm not gonna give you my location. And now I cannot use my phone as a TV controller because I'm not accepting to give them my location. And that doesn't make fucking sense. And I'm not gonna use it. Like, I'm gonna delete the app and I'm gonna delete my account. Thankfully, it's not one of those things that if you delete the account, you cannot use your TV or your washing machine. Thankfully. But my god, like, they already have good apps and they are ruining them because they want all your fucking information that I'm not giving them. It's not a matter of my information. It's important. I'm not gonna give it to them. They don't deserve it. I have exactly one subscription. It's on you. Honestly, can't imagine subscribing to many things that you need something to manage them. Oh, but I'm saying like social networks, not necessarily that you're paying money, just things you use on a like, because sometimes you use things and if you look back, you don't need them. A subscription to an app that manages your shut up, Munimi. You're giving them ideas. They are reading my chat right now, and they are gonna steal your idea, and I'm gonna make an app that's gonna make everyone's life worse. Don't say that. It's horrible. I don't want to live in that future. Thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna be deleting a bunch of apps. Hopefully, I already deleted Blue Archive. I'm on the verge of deleting Nikke. The only thing that's stopping me from deleting Nikke is that I paid money for a skin on Nikke, and I feel like deleting the app would just void my $20 that I spent on a Trony skin. And I'm still hopeful they're gonna release another Trony unit, but given how everything is a skin nowadays in that game and the stories suck ass, I don't have a lot of faith. So I'm probably just gonna wait for whatever they release on New Year, which is gonna be tomorrow. I do this thing where I look at my hand as if I had a watch, but I don't. And people always bring it to my attention. Like, why do you look at your wrist when you talk about time as if I had a clock, but I don't? I don't know the answer. I used to use a watch every day until I was on high school. I don't know why I stopped. I guess my watch died. I don't know, but I stopped doing it. Also, you don't need a watch now that you have phones, right? So I guess that's also an issue. So yeah, my recommendation and what I like to do is make a clean as much of your life as possible. Obviously in real life too. Like, try to throw away clothes you don't use, throw away things you don't need. So you start the year fresh, right? The less things you have, the more efficient you are at managing your life. And this is very good advice, actually, jokes aside. It's very good advice for your life. And the older you grow, the more you understand it. The less things you have, the less things you have to worry about, and the more efficient you are at everything. I have like 2 pairs of pants because I don't have money for more. But maybe I don't have money for more. But you don't need more. You need like 3 or 4 pairs of pants, right? The one you're using, one for emergencies, one for the next day, and you just need 3 actually, right? And you can just keep washing them. You don't need that many shirts. You don't need that many socks. You don't need that many underwear unless you're a woman. And I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm speaking for men at this. I'm not a woman. I cannot say for sure, but you don't need that many forks. You don't need that many spoons. You don't need that many bowls, plates, pans, everything, right? You don't even need that many friends. Just 1 or 2 friends will do. You don't need that many family. You just need your immediate family. Maybe don't listen to my advice. My life, it's not good, so maybe I'm just throwing bad advice. But it's good to be minimalistic a little bit. Not too much to the point that it's ridiculous and, nothing is making sense and you don't have anything. But you don't need that many things, right? Like, I realize I don't need that many games with the PlayStation subscription. I just play like 12 games 1 or 2 games every month, like 20, 30 games every year. So I don't need to be buying that many games. I need 100 of everything ever to go looking through them and act like I have nothing. Like Steam games, maybe. Yeah, that's true. I have played too many indie games, but they are free. And I'm not paying a subscription for them. And I don't have to make an account. just my itch.io account. And the most important thing, and this might be risky, and that's why I'm taking a week off. It's actually not a week. I'm gonna take off until, well, it's gonna be a week. But yeah, I'm gonna take the week off. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, wait, I'm not taking the week off. Never mind. So today it's 30. Tomorrow, obviously, 31, end of the year. So I'm gonna be taking off until January 4. So I'm gonna be back on Monday, January the 5th. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days off. I'm gonna take 5 days off, and the most important thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be installing Linux on my PC. You know, I'm done with Windows. I'm done. I had the chance to use a Windows 11 PC a couple of days ago, and my PC has been very annoying at, hey, do you want to install Windows? Do you want to install Windows 11? Hey, why don't you use Windows 11? You should back up for Windows 11. And I'm low-key kind of afraid that my PC is just going to update to Windows 11 without even asking me and ruin fucking everything. I have heard terrible stories of people losing like data and even PCs that stop working after Windows 11. I don't want that to happen to me. I really don't want to use something that it's like 80% AI driven. So I don't know, because truth be told, I'm a Linux fan. I've been using Linux for, well, on and off, but for the good part of what, 15 years now. But the thing about Linux, it may not work, right? It may suck, it might not meet my needs, but I want to give it a serious chance because I think like right now it's the best moment to switch to Linux, right? I also don't know how my PC is gonna take it. Like, I know Ubuntu it's gonna work because it works on everything, but I want to try different distros and everything, and you know, try a little bit of like different environments. So I don't know how it's my PC is gonna react. I never installed Linux on this one, and I never actually. It's been like 3 years since the last time I actually used Linux. So, delightful fair. My laptop is so old it can use Windows. That's so blessed. You're a lucky one. I wish I had an old laptop. But yeah, I'm gonna be installing Linux. It might not work, and I might just go back to Windows. But I need a couple of days to figure it out, right? I need to install everything I use for streaming. Like, I know OBS works on Linux. I'm guessing VTube Studio works too, because it's on Steam, and I can use Steam with the new Proton protocol and everything. But I'm gonna have to actually try it before making sure it works, right? If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna have to format everything again and install everything again. But I'm gonna start fresh. I'm actually gonna start using different software. I don't want to use anything like Adobe related, because at one point, I know at one point something's gonna happen to my Photoshop like CS6 executable, and I'm gonna lose it, and I'm not gonna pay for the new one. And I want to learn like more open source software that it's free and everything, right? I think we're at the point that companies, every single company, it's our enemy, and we should be cautious about it. So I'm gonna try to go the open source route. Probably it's not gonna work because I suck at everything, but I should give it a try, right? Maybe at least I'm gonna be safe from most viruses and stuff like that, and I can actually try new things because the system is gonna be more stable. But yeah, I know Gramble Fantasy, as I'm playing it, it's not gonna work because I'm using an app. But I can just play it on like a web browser, right? So it's not a big deal. It's not a big change. I don't think Nikki's gonna work, but it's good because I'm gonna stop playing Nikki anyway. So, you know, it's gonna be a fun experience. And if anything, I can make videos about Linux, right? I think it's gonna be an interesting thing. I know RPG Maker works on Linux. I know, obviously, Python. You can program on Python on Linux just fine. So, should be an interesting exercise for the year. You know, the year of Linux. People are saying the next year is going to be the year of Linux because Windows has been doing terrible. And I also know, not personally, but this guy on like TikTok, I think he spent a bunch of money into getting some really old laptops that cannot be upgraded to Windows 11. and install Linux on all of them, which makes them faster, obviously, and just he's selling them for profit, and that I think that's very smart, right? And I was thinking, and people usually say, but Linux cannot be used by normal people, right? By normies. You have to be some kind of like web developer, like programmer or like systems guy to use Linux, right? But that's not true. Especially, I mean, obviously depend on what distro of Linux you're using, right? But I installed Ubuntu like 4 years ago on my mother's PC, and they've been using it just fine. And they never run into a single problem with it, right? They just use it for web browsing and like watching videos and saving pictures and watching pictures of the family, right? Nothing too complex. Maybe opening a LibreOffice document sometimes, right? Using Facebook, I don't know. Obviously it's nothing too complex, but like they had zero problems and the system was like really fast. It was a really old all-in-one, like HP all-in-one with like 4 gigs of RAM, which I upgraded to 8 a little bit ago. And like a Celeron processor. Like it was really, really slow with Windows. And it came with Windows 10, I think, which was horrible. But like with Ubuntu, it was actually really, really fast. So I'm just imagining what my PC that actually has decent specs would go using like Ubuntu. I think I'm gonna go with Ubuntu just for safety, and then I'm gonna try something new down the road. I don't know. Depends on how problematic it is for me to set up everything, right? But yeah. And also next year, if the RAM apocalypse doesn't happen or become even worse, they're gonna release the new Steam PC console thing. I also wanna try that. I feel like I'm just talking a bunch of nonsense that has nothing to do with the new year. But but if anything, I just wish blessings on everyone. I feel like everyone as a entire planet, we have enough suffering, right? We just need a good time. Can we just have a good time, like a good year? Maybe 2027 can be ass again if you want, but can we have a good 2026? Please, God, I'm asking this as your least favorite child. Can we have a good year? I'd give Linux a try, but only on a separate work system. When you can make dual boot if you want to, right? Which is what I was thinking. I was thinking making a dual boot system, but I want to compromise. Because I know if I do dual boot, every time something doesn't work on Linux, I'm just going to jump to Windows to do it. And I have to compromise with. I have to marry my OS, right? I don't want to be jumping between one and the other to do things like, oh, I have to stream. Let me switch to Windows, right? Oh, I have to do something. Let me switch to Linux. I'm just gonna stick. Again, this is just for me. I'm not telling anyone to switch to Linux, but you should at least give it a try on Ubuntu. If you need help installing Ubuntu, that's the easiest thing to do, and I can tell you how to do it, right? I actually have a couple of distros. I've been making my research. The ones I'm used to, because I've been using them all my life, are Ubuntu, obviously, and Linux Mint, which I think is the most stable of them all. I also have used Debian, but I don't like it. I read about one that I'm gonna get, like one that's called CD Cross or something like that, which is wait, no, that's a website. Never mind. Novara Linux, which is supposed to be a gaming Linux, right? And I also Fedora, obviously, and Zorin OS. That's the ones I know. There's also Graphene OS for your phone. And I was thinking on installing Linux on my phone, but after reading the guide and everything, I'm kind of afraid of fucking up my phone. And I only have one phone, and I love it so much. So, and they are expensive. There's like $200 for a phone nowadays. So I don't want to fuck up my phone doing something I'm not sure about. So it's just gonna be my PC for now. And again, I'm gonna do it probably on the couple first days of the year, because if it doesn't work, I have enough time to format everything and go back to Windows before having to stream. And talking about streaming, I'm also gonna be making a poll. Not today, not tomorrow, not on the 1st. I'm just gonna not be available. Well, if you send me a message, I'm probably gonna answer, but I'm not gonna be doing anything until the 2nd day of the year. I like to chill the 1st day of the year for a good start, right? But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a poll to choose what PlayStation AAA game I'm gonna be playing. And I think I should wait a couple of days because then they give you free January games, and maybe those are good too. So let's wait a couple of days, not years, days. Yeah, I think this is gonna be all. What? How much time has it gone? 28 minutes. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. Well, overall, at least I made it to 900 subs. I mean, that's something. It's at this point, it's just a matter of time. I would say 4 months to make it to 1,000 subscribers, which is when things really get funny for the channel. I did play a bunch of good indie games. I would say I didn't play as much indie games as I wanted to this year, but I also needed a break because when I play too many indie games, like right now that I played 34 indie games, I just need a break from indie games. It's too many indie games. By the way, I played a really good indie game for tomorrow. It's already uploaded, it's just not published. It's an RPG Maker game, it's a really good one. Don't miss that one, guys. If you're gonna do something during New Year's, let it be watch that video. It's a really good game. I love it. I think it was the perfect game to finish. And it was just a coincidence, but it's the perfect game to finish the year. So don't miss that out. It's gonna be, and don't forget to like the video. That's nice. Also, I made a little gift on the videos that says like subscribe, like, and comment, and I think it's pretty cute. I put a lot of effort into that little animation too, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of nice new things over the year because I'm kind of tired of doing the same thing. You know, I like playing games as much as the next guy. I do enjoy my time playing like AAA games on my PS5, like Silent Hill 2. I enjoy it a lot. I do enjoy indie games, but it comes to the point like I've been doing this for 5 years, and regardless of the success of everything, I just want to try something different, right? So maybe I'm gonna teach you guys how to use Linux. Maybe I'm gonna start programming on Python live on like stream. I don't know. Maybe more RPG Maker live game making streams. I don't know. Something different, right? That doesn't mean I'm not gonna play indie games. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna play PlayStation games, but just want to do something different. Just for the hell of it, and then I just go back to the usual. The only thing that's not gonna change is that we're gonna be playing. Well, I'm gonna be playing Granblue Fantasy because apparently that thing is it's etched on my soul now, and I cannot escape Granblue Fantasy. Guys, help me! It stole my soul. I need help. Wait, I have an idea. Wait a second. Wait, it's not show. Oh my god, it's too big. Ah, Jesus Christ! I don't know. It's blocking the skin, the screen, the skin. How do I fix this? I just wanted to show you guys my entire folder of Nier art, but it's too big. You guys don't see that one. That's I forgot there's things you shouldn't be seeing. Maybe this was a bad idea. Yeah, don't watch anything. Yeah, never mind. There's nothing happened. I just wanted to show you guys that I'm gonna delete this thing. This was a mistake. You guys watched nothing. Nothing happened. Started taking small short Python courses online. Nothing really academic, but it's better than nothing. Python, it's a great. I'm gonna ignore you guys. Whatever you're gonna say, I'm not gonna read it. Python, it's a great language of to begin working on. I approve it. I think the perfect jump, if you're doing like RPG Maker with no coding, the perfect jump to do, it's either you go to Python or you go to Godot, because I think Godot it's also really good, like beginner level. I'm not gonna read what you guys are saying. I'm not anything. Shut up. I think it's okay to give something your soul. Someone's gonna have it. That's awesome. More of that, please. I actually missed the next picture. What happened? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. And nothing happened. What if you guys watch this one instead? This is like the best cosplayer I have ever seen in my life. It was on the Granblue Fest, and it made me really happy. Look at it. This is the only Moriko approved 3D woman. Just one. It's really good. Okay, with this I can choose the picture manually. I just downloaded the entire like 18 hours of the Granblue Fest, and I've been collecting screenshots. Look at this. Godmode is my target, but the language I'm sort required to know is C++. Yeah, C++, my worst enemy. I'm a C# guy, which I'm also not that good at that one, but I prefer that one. Yeah, it has a really good near face, so completely approved. I also have screens from the 3D concert, which is also really good. Look at that. That is amazing. That is such quality. I honestly wasn't expecting anything from Granblue Fantasy at this point, but they deliver a lot of good things during this Christmas stream, so I'm happy about that. And I know next year we're gonna have new Nier lore because they're gonna make another Uncap or Awakening or whatever the fuck they want to call it, but they're gonna do it. But I don't know, like, honestly, one of the things I know I'm not gonna be doing next year is I'm not gonna be playing more gacha games. Like, I'm gonna keep playing Granblue Fantasy, obviously. But the previous year, I remember, and the year before that, when I started playing Nikke and Blue Archive, I was like, I need these new games because gacha games are really popular and they have like cute character designs and everything. And I was really desperate to pick up a new gacha to replace Granblue Fantasy, funnily enough. And I picked Nikke and I picked Blue Archive, and they were fun for a while, but you know, the problem with gacha games, as I've been saying for years now, it's being gachas. Like, a gacha game, it's never gonna be a good game because it has all these mechanics and need to make money and the fear of missing out. Actually, the fear of missing out on Nikke and Blue Archive, it's really horrible. Especially in Nikke, I think it's one of the worst offenders of like fear of missing out. Like, you have like 3 seconds to decide if you want to spend $60 on a skin that is just a skin and it doesn't offer anything except like a really hot anime woman, right? And also, I don't play those games, but I've been seeing people complaining that games like Marvel Rivals and Overwatch also like are increasing the fear of missing out. Like, you only have 1 week to get this character, and you have to pay for the battle pass to get it. Why Nier always looks like she has a big rock in her shoe, I'm guessing, but she's too shy to take the shoe off and get rid. That's a very specific face, and I don't know what to tell you. She has issues. New Limbus Company season at the very start of the year. I'm very far away from any new content, but also new banner to pull for Monimi because dead or something. Yeah, because dead. That's a good explanation. Yeah, and again, I'm not saying people shouldn't be playing gachas. I think I reached my limit for gachas. It would be like hypocritical of me to say, guys, don't play gachas when I'm obviously playing one right now, and I played like 3 last year, and you know, everyone has to experience gachas and pick one gacha, right? But at some point, like, I think no one should be playing more than one gacha at the same time. That's just ridiculous. I think you pick one. It's like a wife. You pick one and you stick with it until you die. Maybe your wife it's not as good as it was at the beginning. It doesn't matter. You stick with your wife and you die with your wife, right? Maybe your wife doesn't have any interesting content in this season. Doesn't matter. You stick with your wife because you merit that gacha game. Forget about gacha. I just remember we are getting the Witch Hat Atelier anime next year. Oh yeah, that's another one of the things that it's not a goal, but I want to do, and it's watch more anime. I think this year I watched like 5 animes at most, right? And the year before that, the only reason I watched anime was because you guys made me watch Golden Kamuy and what was the Land of Lustrous? Man, what the fuck was the name of the rock anime? Don't tell me. Rudy, no. Houseki no Kuni, right? Houseki no Kuni. Yeah, that was the one. I swear I heard my dog complaining, but I don't see her, so I'm gonna look for her. Give me a second. I'm back. Sorry about that. Soulless Moriko puppet looking straight into my eyes. I'm sorry, I had to run. She didn't have any water and was asking for water. I'm a terrible owner. I'm looking forward to next year is more Deltarune and Danganronpa. Look at this guy, likes things that he enjoys. Everyone laugh at him. I mean, I don't enjoy Deltarune or Undertale or Danganronpa. And I do find Danganronpa very ridiculous, but I will never make fun of anyone for liking something unless it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Then I'm gonna make fun of you. But yeah. You will become 30 next year. You should pick more material. I would say it will be like 15 by this point, right? It's been a couple of years since Alts. It's been having 12 years. I shouldn't be running at my age. Or maybe I should be running more at my age. I don't know. What else do we have in here? Things I'm looking forward to on the next year. Hopefully we get more viewers because it will be fun to have more people talking on the chat. Hopefully less bad things happen because honestly I'm so sick of bad things happening. Like these huge catastrophic events. Hopefully things become cheaper and I can get like a new PC. I mean, I really like my only thing that I want to get next year, now that I know they're gonna delay the PS6 because of the RAM shortages, it's the new Steam Cube thingy. And maybe a Steam Deck to go with it. And they also use Linux, right? Because SteamOS, it's Linux, so that will be nice. I'm not into Danganronpa anymore, but I will gobble up an official alternative scenario any day. He's an immortal vampire who can be 12 for as long as he wants. That could be problematic. And I'm gonna start doing something next year, and I'm gonna start getting like lotto scratches. So I win the lottery. If I win the lottery, everyone gets to have something. I don't know. Maybe, probably. I don't know. The first thing I'm gonna do if I win $1 million, I'm gonna move to Japan. If they allow me to do it, obviously. I need to at least be 14 forever so I can say my games and band posting belong to I'm 14 and this is Steve. I think if you're gonna get stuck at a specific age, it should be 18 or 21, right? I think it's better because you're younger and you have more energy and stuff, but on some places of the world, 21 is the legal age. So, like, 19, maybe? I wouldn't want to live forever. That's too much. if anything, I cannot wait to die. Like, not that I'm looking forward to dying, but like, with how things are going, that doesn't sound as bad, right? As long as it's not painful. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Hopefully we have more great Granblue things. I don't think so because the company, I don't know who's managing the Granblue game nowadays, but it's not doing a good job. Hopefully we get Granblue Fantasy Relink 2. Maybe we get a new spin-off game. Maybe we get like an actual play. Did you guys know? You probably don't, but I was watching the Granblue Fest the other day, and they're gonna release Granblue Fantasy, this game I'm playing right now, the gacha game. They're gonna make a Steam release. And you would think that's a good thing, right? I will think it too because I was thinking like, oh, finally, I don't have to play Granblue Fantasy in my browser. I can play Granblue Fantasy on Steam like a normal fucking person, right? But no, because they're gonna make the Steam a specific server, and you cannot use your old account with the new Steam. Like, client. I'm gonna call it a client because I don't know what else to call it. So even though there's gonna be a Steam client, it's only gonna work for Steam, for new Steam accounts. So I cannot transfer my account. And I was reading into why, and it seems like Granblue Fantasy got into a problem where the accounts you use to play Granblue Fantasy are managed by two different Japanese companies, which I think it's DMM and Mobage. So they legally own your accounts. So technically, Granblue Fantasy doesn't own your accounts, but those services do. And I'm guessing they charge Cygames for having the accounts. So you cannot transfer those accounts for whatever fucking reason. Legal. It's a legal reason. I don't think it even is a software reason because it cannot be that hard. But it's mostly a legal reason. So I don't know if what Cygames is trying to do with Granblue Fantasy, it's try to make people switch accounts, to make a new account on Steam and start from scratch, which is the most stupid idea for a 14-year-old gacha. Or that they are trying to bring new player base and then eventually get rid of the old player. I really don't fucking know what they are doing. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I know it's not gonna work. I know it's just gonna be like a waste of money. I know no one is gonna become a Granblue Fantasy fan this way. Just the other day, I was reading someone complaining on a forum that was like, hey, I love Granblue Fantasy Relink and I love Granblue Fantasy versus Rising. But I started playing the gacha game and the story is a fucking mess. Obviously, it's a fucking mess because you're trying to read 14 years of gacha lore in like a week, right? And you don't understand anything that's happening because they keep changing the fucking lore because they travel in time and there's different timelines that sometimes mix and sometimes they don't. And it's a huge mess, but it's to be expected because I don't think you can keep a story going for 14 years and for it to make sense. And at that point, it's not how good of a writer you are or how good of a director you are. It's impossible, right? There's no way to keep a story going for 14 years and that it makes sense and it's good all the time. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with Granblue Fantasy. I just know I'm gonna stick to it until it dies. And when it dies, I'm just gonna move on to probably nothing because I'm too old to be enjoying things. But hopefully, next year proves me wrong. I want to play new games. I not only want to play new games, I want to become fan of new things. Right? Like this year that I played Unicorn Overlord. I'm gonna be a Unicorn Overlord fan. And sadly, I know there's not gonna be another Unicorn Overlord game probably in forever. Hopefully, again, I'm proved wrong. But I like becoming fan of new things because I feel like all things that I'm a fan of are just dying or becoming bad, and I don't have new things to replace them, right? I want to watch good anime. Not related to watching good anime, I started watching, just yesterday, I started watching Chainsaw Man. Moriko, why are you doing this? I mentioned that I don't like Chainsaw Man before, right? The thing is, they released the movie, and the movie looks really good. Looks really high budget. I love the character of Reze. I want to watch the movie, but if I want to watch the movie, I have to at least watch the first season of the anime. So I'm watching the anime, and hopefully by New Year's I can watch the movie. In a totally legal way, by the way. You saw the bad scene and your interest perked up. Actually, no. I watched the fight, the little segments of the fight they have, and the 3D and the detail to animation looks incredible. You might think I'm a pervert, but I have a wife. It's not on screen right now, but I have a wife. And I guess you can have a wife and be a pervert, but Resident it's cute, but not like super waifu cute, right? And I think it's because I don't particularly like the character design of Chainsaw Man. Right? I don't think the character design is it's really well done, but the character design doesn't fit like my needs. So I'm not like, oh my god, she's a waifu, right? But yeah, the fights look really, really good. And it's more impressive because for what I have seen, they are done in 3D. And that's very surprising because anime 3D usually sucks. Did you just fucking vomit? Oh no, she's just trying to get into bed. She didn't vomit that, so don't worry about it. I was kind of worried because I recently switched the food of my dog to a cheaper one because I cannot keep paying $5 per can. It's too much. And I was worried the cheaper food was gonna be like not good for her, but it's working so far. I'm gonna save a couple dollars every week. That's nice. But yeah, I'm gonna watch more anime, and you guys have to hold me to it if you care. If you don't care, you don't have to. You don't have to babysit me, but I will appreciate the effort on keeping my. I have to watch anime. My plan is play at least 2 big games every month, watch at least 2 big animes, like 24 episode animes every month, and that's you pay your membership, so you have the privilege of reminding me to do things. That's the worst subscription service ever. I also want to read manga. I know manga, it's not like I'm gonna read 2 mangas every month because they have to release the chapters and everything, right? But I want to at least pick up 1 new manga every month. Starting now as to not forget. All right, but I have to pick the anime, the games, and the manga first. I also want to watch more movies, and why I want to do this? So we can have a more interesting Moriko Awards next year. Because the more movies I watch, the more I actually been thinking of doing like the recommendations, right? Like making video. I don't want to say like analysis or like essays because I feel like that's too much of a trouble for me, and I don't think I'm good at talking about stuff. But I want to recommend people things to watch because people have horrible tastes, and I need to impart the blessing of a good show, a good taste, a good movie into people, right? So maybe I can do like a 10-minute video recommending you an anime, recommending you manga, something. But to do recommendations, first I have to watch them, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. Gonna watch the stuff, and if I decide the stuff it's good, the stuffing I was gonna say, the stuff it's good, I'm gonna make a video recommending it. Maybe that can be new content for the channel, right? Who knows? It's been almost an hour, so I think I don't think I have anything else to say. You know, despite what I said, I'm probably gonna end up Super A Patch Wolf has my favorite thing of month. Maybe you can do that. Nah, if someone does it already, I'm not gonna do it. And Super Eye Patch Wolf sounds like a stupid name anyway. My favorite things of January, February. I mean, it's a good idea, but that seems like too much trouble for someone like me. So I'm not gonna do it. Probably. Seems like it takes too much effort. Wait, I think I have seen videos by that person, and I did not like them. Yeah, I'm doing memory right now. Yeah, I'm recalling watching a couple of videos by that person, and I don't think I like them. Maybe I'm confusing them because there's a bunch of people called Wolf on YouTube. But also we'll be doing just 1 per video because I would like to give things their own space, right? I want to make like a over compilation of things, except when I do compilations. Well, like I was saying, despite everything I said, I'm probably gonna end up doing a list of things I want to accomplish and do next year. Because if you don't have a list, and again, if you want to make lists, I'm using this software that's called Joplin, with a J. Joplin, which is free software, no subscription, not anything, open source, I think. Everything it's on your PC, it's not on the cloud, and then you can use it to make notes and everything. And I use it to make lists and like graphics and everything. And it's been really helpful these past few months that I've been using it. I'm gonna keep using it next year. I'm gonna make a list of everything I wanna do. Morgan-sama instantly trashing Complete Stranger. I told you, I think I have seen videos. I'm not sure, but if it's the person I think it is, then the videos kind of suck. But then again, like 80% of YouTubers kind of suck, me included probably. I'm just kidding, I'm probably the best VTuber there is outside Suzu Haralulu. Let's just say the best male VTuber, right? That's Caesar. It's like 5 male VTubers anyway. Well, I'm gonna stop trashing people because this is supposed to be a positive stream. And yeah, I'm just gonna do a bunch of things. Just trust me, trust the process, trust whatever God you want to trust. Trust me, maybe, if you want to. I'm gonna do a bunch of things, and hopefully you guys are there to see them. I appreciate the views as usual, the time, the conversations, right? Hopefully we get more people too, because that will be more fun. And hopefully I get to 1,000 subscribers before the 2027. So yeah, hopefully you guys have a good 2026 and New Year's party and have fun. Be alone, be with your family, do whatever you want, just have fun. You can maybe, you have nothing to do, you can watch my video so I get more views before the year ends. I appreciate that. And yeah, this kind of streams are always weird to me because I don't know what to say at the end. You know, just Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year, Alts. Happy New Year, Reset, Munimi. And yeah, let's just do our best, but let's just try not to die at the very least. Let's just stay alive next year, right? Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you not on the next indie game, not on the next stream, but on the next year. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.